Hi, I'm Jillian Fortner, and welcome to Inside City, an interview show produced by the students of San Diego City College. Each week, we are talking to the newsmakers of the campus. Today, we're going to be talking to sports executive and City College baseball coach, Anthony Fernandez. But first, we're going to give you a sneak peek into the radio program at City College. Let's take a look.
San Diego City College's radio program includes a student-run radio station known as City Times Sound, which streams online and broadcasts over the air on KSDS HD2. The station airs alongside the professionally run station KSDS Jazz 88.3. Both broadcast from the campus of City College in downtown San Diego. Students enrolled in the RTVF program can have their work broadcast on City Time Sound by taking RTVF 130, which will be available this upcoming spring semester. For Inside City, I'm Joel Garcia.
Hi, Anthony. We are very excited to be speaking with you today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, you had an opportunity to attend Santa Barbara, but you chose City College instead. Looking back, what did City College provide you that Santa Barbara couldn't?
They didn't provide me an offer to play baseball. Baseball is my passion. It's everything that I lived for at the time. And my buddies and I thought San Diego City College was a great opportunity because the coach called us, right? So there was an opportunity to know the head coach personally, but more importantly for me, they have a radio program, Jazz 88.3, and outside of baseball, music, entertainment is something I've always gravitated towards.
Yes, that's so cool. We're so happy that you came here. So, can you walk with me through your time here at City College as a student and where you ended up after finishing the radio and television program?
Yeah, so my time at City College was a lot of fun. Made a lot of great friends. Learned a lot. I played baseball as well as soccer. And then also was, like I mentioned earlier, I was part of the sports program for Jazz 88.3. And my time was amazing. I loved walking down those hallways and feeling the energy. And as I told a colleague of yours, Jason, at the time on the wall, there was a bunch of advertisements for different internship opportunities. And I saw a few internship opportunities. And one in particular was Magic 92.5. So I interviewed and ultimately was hired to be a promotions assistant for Magic 92.5.
That is super cool. I love the program here at City College. I was just wondering, what are your fondest memories of being a radio student at City?
Learning in awe with the executives from radio and TV who came in, who I would see on TV and be like, wait, I want to be like those guys. And just kind of, setting the bar where I wanted to be. And so my memories at City College were making a ton of friends, but on the radio side, it really launched me into the career that I started with the radio.
Yes, that is super cool. So, growing up playing sports, did you know you wanted to follow a sports path of media?
Everybody asks me, hey, Anthony, how'd you get into entertainment or sports? And there's this movie that my dad took me to see. The movie's called La Bamba, a story about a young musician by the name of Richie Valens and his agent, Bob, or Bobo. And once I watched that at the age of 8 or 9, I knew that I wanted to be in the entertainment world in some way. If it wasn't in baseball, it was going to be in music. And so that's when I knew back when I was 7, 8 years old that from watching La Bamba that I was going to be a star. If not in the sports world, it was going to be in the entertainment sector.
Oh, that's such a cool story. Now I want to go watch that movie.
You should. It's very inspirational.
Yeah, I think I will.
I've seen it 1,000 times.
Yeah, and I know you got in a job for the oldie station Magic 92.5, and that's what launched your career in radio. Can you tell us more about how you landed the job, and how has your time been with that station?
Yeah, so Magic 92.5, 15, 20 years ago was an old station. A lot of the kids in college, they didn't want to go intern for an older radio station that played old music, oldies, but I'm an old soul. I always love the old music, so I thought it was a great opportunity. So I was hired on as a promotions assistant. What does that mean? That means passing out stickers, interacting with different listeners at client locations like, I don't know, car dealerships, popping up 10 by 10 tents. And one thing that they knew about me was outside of my work ethic is that I wanted to be on payroll. I wanted to be an employee of a radio station. And I knew that once I was an employee, I was going to climb the ranks, but just needed that opportunity.
Wow, you just got so much great experience from that program. I hope a lot of kids can do that as well. And well, it's been great talking to you and getting to learn a little bit more about your path at City College. But now we're going to go take a quick break. Don't go anywhere yet because we'll be right back.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to Inside City. We are back with our guest, Anthony Fernandez. So, Anthony, your resume is very unique with a history of radio and moving on to your love of sales. Can you tell us about where your media career is currently?
Yeah, so going back to wanting to be on payroll for the radio station, I quickly found out that I didn't want to be a DJ. Once I was in the building for Clear Channel Media here in San Diego, they house Channel 933, they house Z90 radio at the time, and I always had a passion for selling. My father was a salesman, my mother's in real estate. So once I was in that building and realized that, wait a second, there's an advertising sector of radio or media. And I was like, I don't want to be a DJ anymore. I want to be like the salesmen who are never there. They're always out to lunch with clients, dressing nice. So I made the choice and made it known within the building that I wanted to be in sales. And initially was hired on as a sales exec for Channel 933. And my passion for selling it's not necessarily selling, it's believing in a product and being able to showcase it to whomever needs to use our product. And at that time, it was small businesses who were targeting 18 to 34-year-olds and a huge listenership, and Channel 933 provided that.
Yeah, that's so cool how one passion could lead you to another passion. But I know you're doing a lot of other things too. And once the Aztec Stadium is done, you're going to be coordinating the first international soccer match. And you said you would love to involve City College students in the process. Can you tell us what sort of opportunities you think students would benefit from this?
Yeah, so the journey is forever going, right? And you don't know what's going to come across, but the mind is always sparking ideas. And so for the last 10 years, I've really incorporated all my media experience, sponsorship sales, and launched my own little international sports company where I organize professional soccer matches. And here in San Diego in 2022 at the new Aztec Stadium, we're going to have the first international match, as you mentioned, Jillian. So what does that mean for students? There's opportunities for internships, game day operations, media, filming, you name it, the opportunities are there. Social media, advertising, sponsorships. You list it, you want to do it, we can make it happen here in San Diego at the Aztec Stadium in 2022.
Oh my gosh, awesome. Students, if you're listening, he has some great information. You talked about Enzo, which is a new passion of yours, bringing together sports media and event planning. Can you tell us more about Enzo and what your goals are for it?
Yeah, so prior to Enzo, it was called Pazzo, P-A-Z-Z-O, and my family in Italy calls me Pazzo, which means crazy. So I've branded myself as Pazzo Sports over the last 10 years, but most recently, my wife and I welcomed a baby boy by the name of Enzo. And so Enzo is the face and name of our new company, Enzo Sports.
That is so cute. Oh my gosh. What was your catalyst for starting this new media business?
Say it again, I'm sorry?
What was your catalyst for starting this new business?
Again, I've always had a passion for music, for entertainment, sports, and as the mind goes and ideas start to generate, you start to incorporate them, right? That you can think about ideas, dream about them all day, but it's actions that take place are the most important. So being in sports, being in soccer, my passion for it, I just thought it was a great opportunity. Music is amazing. I love putting on concerts, but I love seeing families come together and having a stadium full of moms, dads, grandparents, young kids really enjoy the world sport, and that is soccer.
Oh, I love that. Well, thanks so much, Anthony. We've learned so much about you and your exciting business. So after the break, we're going to talk more about baseball. Stay tuned.
Thank you.
Here she comes. I, Krista, take you, Jamie, to be my wife.
When we found out that we were pregnant, we were just elated. We were just sitting there waiting for the pediatrician. She said she won't be taking you in as a client.
We are a lesbian couple, but she's just a baby. She's the one you're denying the service to.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We had this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet,
We discover
they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
Welcome back to Inside City. We're talking to City College alum Anthony Fernandez. So, Anthony, you formerly played baseball and soccer at City College, and I was wondering, what was it like balancing your life as a student athlete?
Whew, I don't recall. No, it was quite the challenge. At the time, there weren't online classes, so my day consisted of going to class, going to practice, then I also had a nighttime job. So I stayed busy. I stayed busy, but I was fortunate enough to have a family who was very supportive of what I was chasing, what I believed in. But nonetheless, it was a challenge, and it really set me up for life. Every day is a grind, and every day you have to work hard. And City College and school in general really starts to pave the way for life in your career.
Yeah, I totally agree. It sounds pretty busy, but pretty exciting as well. And I was just wondering, did you ever consider becoming a professional athlete after playing at City College, or was that just not the path for you?
Oh, no, everybody wants to be a professional athlete, especially baseball, right? But I always knew that I was going to have another vine to hold on to, because, even if I wanted to be a big leaguer, a Major League Baseball guy, it was going to be for a long time. So I'm a realist. I understand that, it's 1 in a billion, but I always chased that. And a little caveat. So when I left San Diego, I went to Italy and played baseball professionally in Italy for a season. So I was able to play pro baseball, but it was done in Italy versus in the States.
Oh, wow. That's still really cool, though. It's Italy. That is really cool. So it's like switching gears, kind of like the pandemic, it hit many walks of life pretty roughly. Can you give us any insight to how rough things have been for sports since the lockdowns?
Yeah, the City College baseball team we just cracked the top 20 in the state. We were really thriving. The guys were really working well together, and then the pandemic hit. And we had to shut down, as everything did. But from the business side of it, even as an event producer, sporting events, concerts, all that it was done. It was done for 2 years, year and a half, more or less. And it took me back to the drawing board. I had to reevaluate and think about the future 5-10 years from now. Well, if this happens again, will I be prepared for it? So it was an unfortunate scenario, but I'll tell you what, it made everybody stronger.
Yeah, I like how you can look at it in a positive way like that. So I was wondering, for you, do you have any goals for the future that have yet to be met? Or what are you working on? What's something that you would like to try career-wise? Because I see you're doing everything.
I do quite a bit. I love to stay active, and I can show you my whiteboard in my office. I have all my dreams and ideas written out, right? I have short-term goals, and I have ginormous goals that I want to obtain. The most realistic ones as of right now are executing and launching the event at Aztec Stadium, taking care of my wife and my new baby boy, and then getting City College on the map again for top 20 here in the state. We want to be a championship caliber club, and we're going to kick that season off February 22nd, 2022, excuse me.
That's great. I wish you luck in pursuing all of your goals. But
Thank you.
It looks like that's the end of our show. Thank you so much, Anthony, for joining us, and we really appreciate your time.
I appreciate you, Jillian. Thank you for all that you do for City College.
Thank you. And that's all we have for tonight on this edition of Insight City. Remember to follow SD City Times on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Thank you for joining us, and good night.